You're tuning into the deep dive because you want to cut through the noise and understand what's truly important quickly and thoroughly. No endless lectures, just, the core insights you need. Today, we're focusing on a really pivotal element of modern space activity, the Blue Origin launch base.
Yeah, and it's maybe helpful to think of it less as just a launch base. It's more like a central nervous system for this new era of spaceflight we're entering. It's really where commercial ambitions meet that drive for exploration, and it's all fueled by developing these rockets that can fly, land, and crucially fly again.
Exactly. So our goal in this deep dive is to get a handle on how this launch base isn't just, enabling launches,
Yeah.
but actively driving innovation, supporting that growing commercial space sector, and ultimately pushing us further out there. We've basically pulled the key info from a pretty comprehensive article to bring you the essentials. Okay, so to kick things off, what really makes this particular launch base stand out? Why is it so significant?
Well, I think what's fundamental here is the strategic thinking behind its creation. It's designed really from the ground up to foster a reliable rhythm, a rhythm for both commercial and exploratory missions. And that's done through some really robust infrastructure and, smart operational practices, this commitment to consistent access. That's what really sets it apart.
Okay, so it's about establishing a continuous pathway, not just sort of one-off launches here and there.
Precisely. And a key part of that steady flow is its role in the rapid turnaround of reusable rockets. That's huge. This ability to quickly recycle and relaunch spacecraft, it's revolutionary for how often we can fly, and it drastically cuts costs, obviously. This efficiency, it's built on advanced launch systems, sophisticated control tech. Reusability isn't just about saving money, though. It's moving us closer to, maybe routine space travel someday.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, reliability and that quick turnaround, they seem essential for making space a viable place for regular operations, whether that's satellites or, eventually. Maybe even people on regular flights. Who knows? Now let's zoom in a bit on the commercial side. How is this launch base specifically geared up to support commercial spaceflight growth?
The design itself offers a lot of flexibility. That's key. It can handle a really diverse range of commercial stuff, deploying big satellite constellations for communications all the way to supporting crewed missions, maybe for research or, even tourism eventually. And those advanced launch mechanisms we mentioned, they're vital here. They ensure the kind of predictable, on-time launches that businesses absolutely need. If your whole business model depends on a satellite hitting a specific orbit at a specific time, reliability is everything.
Right. So it's building that foundational infrastructure for a real space-based economy, moving beyond just government programs. Okay, on the flip side then, how does the Blue Origin launch base contribute to the more, let's say, pioneering side? Space exploration, pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, this is where its capacity to support missions beyond Earth's orbit becomes so critical. The launch base is really the starting point for these big, ambitious exploratory trips. It directly fuels advancements in areas like, say, how we propel spacecraft, how we keep astronauts alive in deep space, how we navigate huge distances. Think about, potential return missions to the moon, or maybe even the first steps towards Mars. Having a dependable launch platform that can handle those kinds of demanding missions, it's step one. It's essential.
So it's not just about getting to space,
Right.
but enabling us to really venture much further into it. Now, you mentioned reusable rockets, and they've obviously been a game changer. How has this launch base been instrumental there?
Oh, absolutely central. It's not just about launching them. It's the site of intense development, rigorous testing, this constant cycle of iteration, fly, recover, analyze, improve, repeat that's happened right there. And that has directly led to the increasing cost effectiveness we're seeing now in space travel. It's really a whole system designed for speed and reliability, not just that moment of liftoff.
So the launch base isn't just a place to, send up reusable rockets. It's a crucial hub for making them better, improving they work for regular use.
Exactly. And this reusable rocket tech, it's the linchpin. It's what makes space more accessible to way more users. By significantly driving down the cost per launch, it unlocks chances for more businesses, more science, more ambitious exploration. It's shifting us away from that old model of just throwing rockets away. It's a much more sustainable approach.
That is a profound shift. And it sounds like this relentless focus on reusability also ripples out, affecting aerospace technology more broadly.
Absolutely. The need to create these dependable, reusable systems, it just forces constant technological leaps. We're talking about the evolution of incredibly precise guidance systems. Think about landing a multi-story rocket autonomously
Right.
and highly durable control modules that have to withstand multiple fiery reentries, even sophisticated adaptive fueling techniques that optimize fuel use for each specific flight. And here's where it gets really interesting. These advancements, they don't just stay within Blue Origin, they feed back into the wider aerospace industry, pushing everyone to innovate faster, reach higher standards.
It's almost like a high-stakes innovation lab then, constantly pushing what's possible in aerospace. And that constant innovation naturally makes you wonder about the nuts and bolts, the physical infrastructure, the operations behind it all. What does that look like?
The whole operational model, it's built with one goal, supporting a high tempo of missions. High frequency, serving both those commercial customers and the exploratory side. This involves meticulously planned logistics, moving huge hardware people efficiently. It means robust maintenance protocols to make sure those reusable rockets are always ready to go again, and strategically designed infrastructure to handle everything from putting the rocket together initially to that final launch command.
So it's a really comprehensive system, covers every single step of a launch campaign, not just the launch itself.
Precisely. And, right at the heart of all these operations are the safety protocols. Comprehensive safety, the information we looked at really emphasizes that. Stringent safety measures govern every single phase, from the first pre-flight checks all the way through real-time monitoring during the flight itself. And this unwavering commitment to safety, it's paramount, especially when you have crew on board. But it's just as critical for protecting those often incredibly valuable payloads on uncrewed flights, too.
That's absolutely vital. Yeah, you can't build a sustainable space program without a deeply ingrained safety culture. Makes sense. Now let's talk about the actual launch process. How are they engineered for maximum efficiency? You mentioned speed earlier.
Yeah, the core principle is minimizing that turnaround time between flights for the same rocket. The advanced logistics, the detailed operational planning, it's all focused on cutting down the time needed between missions. This rapid reuse, it's essential for the economics of these rockets to work, and it's essential for giving commercial customers those predictable launch schedules they need. Streamlined processes are absolutely key.
Right, time is definitely money, especially in this fast-moving space industry. And it sounds like all of this is underpinned by some seriously advanced technology.
Oh, absolutely. The infrastructure incorporates, cutting-edge navigation systems for pinpoint accuracy in orbit, sophisticated fueling systems that handle these complex, sometimes cryogenic, propellants, and advanced monitoring systems tracking every critical parameter in real time during launch. What's fascinating, I think, is the central role of real-time data analysis. They're constantly gathering and crunching vast amounts of data. Why? To optimize performance and to proactively spot and fix any potential issues before they become problems. That's especially crucial for those more complex, longer exploration missions. It's almost like a Formula One pit stop, but for giant rockets, with this huge layer of data analysis driving every single decision.
Wow. Okay, now, a topic that's increasingly important everywhere is environmental impact. How does the Blue Origin launch base tackle sustainability?
That's a really crucial consideration. And yeah, the information we have highlights the integration of environmentally conscious practices. This includes ongoing efforts to improve fuel efficiency, getting more bang for your buck propellant-wise, and implementing measures to control and reduce the emissions generated during launches. It reflects, I think, a growing recognition across the whole space industry about the importance of responsible space activities, sustainable commercial practices.
That's definitely encouraging to hear. It's not just enough to reach for the stars. We need to do it responsibly, minimize our footprint here on Earth. Okay, so we've covered the significance, the operations, the tech. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture now. What's the overall impact of this launch base on both space exploration and that burgeoning commercial space sector?
Well, if you sort of connect all these different threads we've been talking about, the launch base really serves as a powerful catalyst, a catalyst for progress. It provides that essential, reliable platform that lets innovation thrive. It allows economic opportunities to expand. And it accelerates the continuous development of those critical reusable rocket technologies and advanced aerospace systems. It's like a central point where all these different elements come together and kind of reinforce each other.
Can you give us some specific examples? How is it directly boosting space exploration initiatives?
Certainly. By offering this dependable and increasingly cost-effective pathway to space, it empowers scientists to test more frequent experiments, more diverse experiments into that unique microgravity environment. That opens up new frontiers in scientific discovery, definitely. And like we discussed earlier, its capabilities are specifically geared towards supporting those more ambitious, longer duration missions, the ones that venture beyond Earth's orbit, allowing us to push the limits of what we can currently do in space.
Okay. And on the commercial side, how is it fueling the growth of commercial spaceflight?
The key driver here, again, it comes back to that reusable rocket technology. By making space access more affordable and predictable, it significantly lowers the barriers for a whole range of commercial activities. We're seeing more businesses able to confidently plan for and deploy satellite constellations. For everything from internet access to Earth observation, they can explore opportunities in, say, in-space manufacturing, and even seriously think about future ventures in space tourism, all with greater certainty about launch schedules and costs.
So it's creating a more accessible and, well, economically viable landscape for a much broader range of players in the space game. What about the direct impact on tech innovation within the aerospace industry itself?
Right, that constant cycle of R&D, that iterative improvement happening right there at the launch base. It's continuously pushing the boundaries of aerospace tech. They're not just using existing tech, they are actively refining launch systems, enhancing the reliability and reusability of their rockets, and setting new performance benchmarks. This ongoing drive for improvement, it really propels the entire field forward. It benefits both the commercial side and those deep space exploration goals. It's not just a consumer of technology. It's a significant driver of it.
Sounds like it fosters a culture of just constant innovation, raising the bar for everyone. What about the broader economic picture, the collaborations that come with a facility like this?
Yeah, the investment in such a sophisticated facility, it generates pretty substantial positive ripple effects. It stimulates regional economic growth through creating high-skilled jobs, engineering, advanced manufacturing, specialized operations. Furthermore, it naturally fosters collaborations between different groups. You get government agencies, universities doing research, various private sector companies, all working together to advance the field. And these kinds of partnerships, they're invaluable for sharing expertise, pooling resources, mitigating risks. It all leads to faster progress, ultimately.
So it serves as a focal point, not just for launching rockets, but for bringing together all the different expertise needed to advance the whole space ecosystem. Now, the article we looked at also had some helpful insights from a set of frequently asked questions of FAQ section. Were there any key takeaways from those FAQs that you think are particularly important to highlight for our listeners?
Absolutely. Yeah, the FAQs provide some really clear, concise answers that kind of reinforce what we've been discussing. For instance, the definition they gave of the Blue Origin launch base as a state-of-the-art facility for both commercial spaceflight and exploration, with that strong emphasis on developing and launching advanced aerospace tech and reusable rockets. That really underscores its dual mission. And the explanation of its strategic location, picking regions with favorable launch conditions, good weather, minimal air traffic, that highlights the practical side, the things that underpin efficient operations. You can't just launch anywhere.
Right, exactly. Those logistical details are actually crucial for consistency. What else stood out from the FAQs?
Well, they further clarified how the base specifically supports commercial spaceflight, providing that essential infrastructure, those standardized, reliable procedures, all while actively working to drive down launch costs through using reusable tech. That came through clearly. And on space exploration, it just reiterated its vital role in enabling diverse exploratory missions beyond Earth orbit, supporting the advanced R&D needed for those next-gen technologies for deeper exploration.
So the FAQs really hammered home the core themes we've been digging into. Any other specific points you found particularly insightful?
Yeah, the explanation of reusable rockets and the rigorous testing and refurbishment they go through at the base, that really emphasizes the commitment to both safety and operational reliability. It's not just slapdash. The examples they gave of advanced aerospace tech in use, like high-precision guidance, innovative propulsion, adaptive control systems, they really illustrate the sophistication involved. And the detailed overview of their safety protocols, covering every stage, that offers, I think, significant reassurance about how meticulous their operations are.
It certainly sounds like an incredibly complex and carefully orchestrated undertaking. What about the environmental angle we touched on? Did the FAQs add anything there?
Yes, they did. The FAQs reiterated that strong focus on developing more energy-efficient fueling methods and measures to reduce emissions, underscoring that commitment to environmental sustainability. And it was interesting to see the mention of the direct positive impact on local economic growth. Through high-skilled jobs, investment in advanced tech sectors in the region, it highlights that this isn't just a spaceport in isolation, it's an economic engine, too.
Definitely. And it's fascinating how a facility like this also supports fundamental scientific research.
Absolutely. By providing that reliable platform for experiments, microgravity, space environment studies, they're making a significant contribution to advancing scientific understanding across many fields. And the collaborations they foster with researchers, academic institutions, that's key to turning that space access into real scientific progress, new knowledge. The FAQs also gave a good rundown of the sheer variety of missions they support: satellite deployment, crewed flights, science, deep space, really showcasing its versatility.
It truly is a launch pad for so much more than just getting off the planet. Any final key insights from the FAQs we should touch on?
Just a couple, maybe. The explanation of how advanced guidance systems boost mission success rates, precise navigation, saving fuel, that's important, and the clear breakdown of the cost-effectiveness of reusable rockets. How minimizing the need for new vehicles enables multiple launches and drastically lowers costs. That really drives home the economic advantage. Finally, I'd say the emphasis on achieving rapid turnaround times, the benefits of integrating advanced tech for safety and reliability, and the active support for collaborations. It all reinforces this idea of the launch base as a dynamic, forward-thinking operation, genuinely at the forefront of aerospace innovation.
Well, this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive into the Blue Origin launch base. It's clear it's far more than just a place where rockets go up. It's really a vital engine driving the entire modern space industry forward.
Absolutely. It's a dynamic, crucial center. It's not only facilitating today's ambitious commercial and exploration efforts, but it's actively shaping the future of space access. Through that strong commitment to reusability and continuous advancement of aerospace systems, fundamentally, it's about making space more accessible and, yeah, expanding our horizons beyond Earth.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? It means the Blue Origin launch base is a critical hub. It's driving progress in commercial spaceflight, exploration, reusable rockets, and aerospace tech generally. It's about making space more accessible, fostering innovation, and pushing our boundaries. And that brings us to our final thought for you to chew on. Considering the rapid advancements happening at facilities like this one, what do you think is the next major breakthrough in space travel or exploration? The one that will have the most profound impact on our future as a species? Definitely something to ponder. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.